In the previous episode, we have compared the metro areas of Germany and Japan with the population rank labeled on the map, and the largest one for Japan is Greater Tokyo Area. But according to different definitions, the size of Tokyo can vary a lot. And before we get into the details of these 7 regions, I will first introduce the name of Tokyo in this episode. First question, how to pronounce Tokyo? Of course, the standard pronunciation for both UK and US are almost the same, Tokyo. But in Japanese, it should be pronounced as Tokyo. So here comes the second question. What does Tokyo mean? To means east or eastern. Kyo means capital. So literally it means the eastern capital. Well, that surely leads to the third question. Why is it called the eastern capital? That must be linked to the previous capital, Kyoto. In the romanized form, Kyoto looks like the reverse of Tokyo, but in Japanese you can see that these two Tos are totally different. Actually, for Kyoto, both these two characters mean the capital, or alternatively, To can also be translated as metropolis. And as the new capital previously called Edo is located at the eastern side of the previous one, naturally it's called the eastern capital, Tokyo. And the previous name Edo of Tokyo literally means river door, and can therefore be better translated as bay entrance or estuary. And this Edo name still exists today as Edo River, and also as one special ward of Tokyo metropolis located besides the Edo River called Edogawa-gu, which literally means river door river ward. And as these two rivers are different, this former character should be better translated as big river. In addition, this Edo has also been used to describe a period of Japanese history called Edo Jidai, which means Edo period between 1603 and 1867. Alternatively, it can also be called Tokugawa Jidai, which means Tokugawa period, as the Japan was under the rule of the Tokugawa shogunate. And this guy is the first shogun of the Tokugawa shogunate, named Tokugawa Ieyasu. Actually, the full title for shogun is Sei Taishogun, which literally means conquer barbarian chief general, and can therefore be fully translated as commander-in-chief of the expeditionary force against the barbarians. Without further ado, let's get back to the name of Tokyo, the eastern capital. If you happen to know some Chinese, you will surely notice that China's capital, Beijing, also have the same character. So what does Beijing mean? It means the northern capital, and the name originates from the Ming Dynasty of China between 1368 to 1644. And yes, this Ming is the same with Yao Ming's Ming, as these two characters are the same. I'm sure that most people know this guy. And during Ming Dynasty, there are two capitals. The northern capital, Beijing, and the southern capital, Nanjing, and both cities still have the same name today. Now, Beijing is the national capital, as you may know it, and Nanjing is the capital of Jiangsu province at its southwest corner. Okay, here comes the question. While the character for the capital is the same for both Tokyo and Beijing, why the pronunciation of Kyo and Jin is so different? Is it because they come from two different languages, Japanese and Chinese? The answer is no. If we refer to the Middle Chinese during the 4th to 12th centuries, the pronunciation of the capital by different reconstruction method is something like Kyang or Ken, or something like that. It is surely more similar to Kyo as in Tokyo. In fact, in the Japanese language, there are a lot of Chinese characters. Let's take the first paragraph in Japanese wiki for introducing Japan as an example. All of these are Chinese characters. And for Chinese who doesn't know anything about Japanese language, they know the meaning of them, but not the Japanese pronunciation. And these Chinese characters are called kanji in Japanese, which literally means Han character and pronounced as Hanzi in Mandarin Chinese. You can see that the pronunciation of Kanji and Hanzi is quite similar. So what does Han mean? It's the name of the largest ethnic group in China, making up about 91% of the Chinese population. In short, Kanji are the logographic Chinese characters taken from the Chinese script used in the writing of Japanese. And the Japanese pronunciation is called the Sino-Japanese reading, onyomi, which literally means sound-based reading. It is the modern descent of the Japanese approximation of the base Chinese pronunciation of the character at the time it was introduced. Generally, there are 4 types of onyomi methods for the character of the capital that can be pronounced as kab, ke, kin, by these 3 sound-based reading methods, as they are imported from China during different time and places. Okay, that's the end of this episode. In summary, let's answer our first 3 questions again. How to pronounce Tokyo in Japanese? Tokyo. What does Tokyo mean? It means the eastern capital. Why is it called the eastern capital? As it is at the eastern side of the previous capital, Kyoto. Okay, my next episode for this series is Tokyo 23 Words and Tokyo Metropolis. Thanks for watching.